Namaste and welcome back to today's episode of Mahabharata Matters. In the previous episode, we saw that Purochana, the Nishada woman, and her 5 sons got burnt in the Lak Palace. Through the tunnel, the Pandavas and Mother Kunti escaped and took a boat and went out of the area of Varanavarta. Here, the news reached Hastinapura. Everybody was grief-stricken. Of course, Dhritarashtra pretended to be sad, although in his heart he was happy that there would be no contenders for the throne and his son could be king. Duryodhana was elated, and Shakuni, who kept encouraging Duryodhana with his wicked plans, was ecstatic too. Vidura knew the reality that the Pandavas had escaped. Bhīma was extremely grief-stricken. The state arranged for the rituals to be performed for after death of the Pandavas. At that time, Vidura pulled aside Bhīma and gently he explained to him not to grieve. He told him the truth that the Pandavas are alive and well. And he also said it is not the time to reveal the truth yet. Hearing this, Bhīma was at peace. On the other side, the Pandavas had taken the boat across the river. They had reached Hidimbavana. Hidimbavana was not safe for humans. A Rakshasa named Hidimba and his sister Hidimbi lived in that forest. They would eat humans. But then the Pandavas had arrived there and they were extremely tired. Mother Kunti and the brothers wanted to rest. They all were thirsty and wanted water. Bhīma said that he will go get some water and went looking for a pond. He found a beautiful pond. He dipped in it and took a nice bath, and then he brought water for all of them in lotus leaves. But by the time he came, all of them were asleep. He did not want to disturb them. He sat watching over them. In the meanwhile, the Rakshasa Hidimba smelt human flesh in his forest. He sent his sister Hidimbi to go find the humans and bring food for him. When she came there, she saw the 4 brothers and the mother asleep and a very handsome Bhīma watching over them. She instantly fell in love with him. She did not want to harm him or bring him as food for her brother. She stood there watching him. After a while, she approached him and expressed her love for him and asked him to marry her. Bhīma said he was not in a situation where he could marry her at this time. By then, Hidimba had grown restless. He came there and saw that Hidimbi was in love with Bhīma and was not bringing them as food for him. A huge fight ensued between Hidimba and Bhīma. Woken by the noises, the brothers and Mother Kunti watched an intense fight between them. In between, Hidimbi explained the situation to all of them, and she expressed that she wanted to marry Bhīma too. Yudhishthira encouraged Bhīma to kill Hidimba at the earliest because it was going to be nightfall soon. The strength of Rakshasas increased at night, so it was essential that Bhīma killed him before nightfall. And Bhīma did so. After that, Hidimbi expressed her love to marry Bhīma again to Mother Kunti and Yudhishthira. Mother Kunti agreed, and Yudhishthira too agreed that Bhīma should marry Hidimbi. He also told Bhīma not to be worried because the older brother Yudhishthira was still not married. The Pandavas explained to Hidimbi their situation and how they have been on exile because of the evil plot of their cousin. They also explained to her that they cannot stay with her for very long. Bhīma told her that he will stay with her until she begets a son. After that, he said he will have to leave with his brothers and his mother. She agreed to it and they both were married. After 7 months, a beautiful son was born to Hidimbi. He was called Ghaṭōtkacha. At this time, Vedavyasa visited them. He blessed them all and he also blessed Hidimbi and he said she will be known as Kamalamalini from then on. Bhīma took leave of Hidimbi. He asked her to take good care of their son and bring him up to be a virtuous man. They did not know what was in store for them in the future, but they took the advice of Vedavyasa and started to travel towards Ekachakra Nagari. What are our takeaways from this story? Bhīma did not display power unnecessarily on Hidimba. He only displayed power when it was essential. Muscle power is not always essential to achieve our goals. Strategizing is very essential too. Yudhishthira reminded Bhima that at nightfall the Rakshasas become more powerful. In fact, that is why many crimes happen at night too. The Rakshasi pravritti in humans, the Rakshasi tendencies in humans will also grow at night. So, the strategy was to kill him before he became even more powerful. For us too, when we are working on something, it is important to tackle the problem before it becomes huge. That's something to learn from this story as well. Also, the Pandavas or Mother Kunti did not harbor vengeance on Hidambi. Although Hidamba had fought with Bhima and Bhima had killed him, they did not reject Hidambi for being his sister. When we have a disagreement, it should stay only for that amount of time, but we should not carry it forward to that person or to their entire clan. Yudhishthira was okay with his younger brother getting married first. If the reason is valid, it is okay to break norms, is what we see in this story. Also, they listened to Vedavyasa. They did not question because he was a well-wisher and their elder, and they believed that he had their best interest at heart. So without questioning, they listened to Vedavyasa and went to Ekachakra Nagari. As we come to the end of today's episode, let's contemplate on these thoughts. And remember, in this series, we are discussing matters of Mahabharata because even today, Mahabharata matters. Hari Om!